Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket, and today in this video we are going to look at what happened to the markets, what we can expect from the markets tomorrow, which is an expiry day, and what happened to our trade. So before moving on, I would also like to discuss little about Target. So yesterday we had a bug report after people started using, so they had reported some bugs. So today morning we fixed all the bugs and we again released it, and we also gave early access to few more people. So yesterday we had given it to some restricted people. Today we extended the list and gave the access to few more people. So right now all the reported bugs are completely fixed, and we have also extended the early access to more people, so you can start punching in your orders from tomorrow and let us know your feedback in the comment section below. Since Target is still in the beta version, the main issue what will end up happening is while we were testing, so we would have tested with max around 3 to 4 systems, so we would have logged in and tested the orders. So now what will happen is when bulk of the users come in, let's say 50-100 users start using Target, there will be new bugs which will be coming up. So there might be some bugs which we would have missed, and it will only come up when bulk users start to use. Yesterday we found 2 of such bugs and both are fixed. Right now you can check the mail to see if you have got link to the early access and start using Target. So now we will see what happened to the markets, and then we'll also discuss about the market outlook. If you actually look at the markets today, the markets actually opened lower in spite of a positive global Q. Most of the global markets were trading in green, and in spite of that the markets ended up opening lower, and Bank Nifty underperformed Nifty. So then what happened? The market almost traded lower throughout the day, but towards the end we started to see very good recovery come in thanks to the IT stocks. From morning, IT stocks were outperforming the entire index. All the IT stocks were strong. Infosys, TCS, Mindtree, TechM, all were very strong, and this strength only improved as we went through the day. So around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we started to see a lot more buying come in IT stocks. All of them almost closed at the day's high. So right now, if you actually look at Nifty, when it rallied from 15,200 all the way to 17,400, IT is the only sector which has underperformed. And one more thing what we should note is IT is underperforming in spite of rupee being very weak. So rupee is close to 79 and IT stocks are still underperforming. So it is the only sector which is yet to perform, and even if IT comes back to its, forget about previous high, even if it retraces 50% of the fall, we can easily expect Nifty trading around 18,000. So because easily we can expect Infosys, TCS, everything to move up by 5 to 10% in case if it has to retrace 50%. That can bring Nifty towards 18,000 level. So today we saw some underperformance happen in Bank Nifty because Kotak Mahindra Bank ended up losing, and most of the banks, private sector banks, ended up on the lower side today. In spite of that, Bank Nifty consolidated around 38,000 itself. Even yesterday we had closed around 38,000. Even today we ended or consolidated around 38,000 as well. So even though overall the day was quite zigzag, so we opened and we went all the way down to 37,700 and then came back up to 38,000. End to end basis we have moved nowhere, so we are just hardly down by 30-40 points. On the other hand, due to outperformance by Reliance and IT sector, Nifty ended up almost around 40 points higher. So now if I have to give you a broader perspective of the market, we do expect the market to consolidate around this range because we have had a fantastic run up since last month. We have come almost around 2,300 points higher, and I do expect some consolidation to take place. Meanwhile, there is this Chinese-US tensions which is getting escalated. The reason is China believes that Taiwan is part of them. Right? And US is in support of Taiwan, and moreover Taiwan is in a very important location, and that's the reason both China and US are so much interested in the area of Taiwan, because close to around $3 trillion of goods will get imported and exported through the routes of Taiwan, and that's the reason this is such an important location for both China and US. China believes that it is part of them because it is right next to China, and US on the other hand wants to help Taiwan to maintain its integrity. On the other hand, US wants to help Taiwan maintain its identity. So we will also have to take a look at how the things are going to escalate. In my opinion, it is not going to be big because we have had such tensions many times in the past, and it just cools off as it is. So the thing is, if you keep looking at the news, they keep telling that the planes are flying around, that is happening, this is happening, just to create some tension. But in my opinion, I might be totally wrong. So most of such issues have been cooled down without having been escalated. One such classic example is the North Korea issue. So Kim Jong-un was testing some bombs under the water. News channels hyped it so much, but end of the day, nothing ended up happening. This might be another example of the same. So time will only tell us what will end up happening. Now we'll be quickly moving on to the screen recording, where I will show you the charts, also the open interest, and discuss what is the outlook for tomorrow. Then I will also explain the trade in detail, what trade we ended up taking today and how the trade went, and I'll also be explaining that in detail. So now we'll be quickly moving on to the screen recording. Meanwhile, if you have liked the content, do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, and also subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining. Hi everyone, right over here we have the chart of Nifty. First we are going to do the analysis for tomorrow's expiry day and then see what trades we ended up taking. So the thing is, you can see after a huge up move, we are now more or less consolidating around the levels of 17,200 to 17,500. So the trend does appear bullish itself. So even when you look at this, the trend does appear bullish because every dip, so you can see there's a dip here, there's a dip here, every dip is being bought into, and they're also making sure they're trying to test new high every time the market dips. So you could see here, so as soon as there was a small dip, they tried to take it to a new high. Again, when there was a dip, they tried to take it to a new high, and similar over here. So the trend remains to be bullish itself, and we have a very strong support coming in around 17,200. So this is one thing what we can have in mind before moving towards tomorrow's expiry. And now moving higher towards 17,500 is also a big task for the market because it is not so easy. We have a lot of call writing at 17,400 and 17,500. So I'll just open the open interest here. So as you can see, around 17,400 and 17,500, we have lot of call writing. That means whenever market comes towards 17,400 or 17,500, it is likely that the call writers might try to resist there. That too, tomorrow is also an expiry day. So obviously, Nifty is going to face some resistance towards these levels. And it is keen for us to watch out because in case Nifty breaks 17,400 and 17,500 with strong volumes. Let's say there is a huge volume. Nifty is breaking 17,400 and 500. Then all these call writers, so the 17,500 call writers, 17,400 call writers will start to run for cover. So they will start cutting their positions, and this might fuel the rally further higher towards 17,600. So this is only a chance. I'm not telling this will happen. So this might be one of the cases what might end up happening. But more likely, I would expect the market to consolidate between 17,200 to 17,500. So this is the same range what we had discussed in yesterday's video also, 17,200 to 17,500. Still, I would expect Nifty to consolidate here only. So now, when we come to Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty opened around 38,000, came towards 37,700, again completely recovered back towards 38,000 and closed flat. You can also see that Bank Nifty 2 is trying to consolidate. So because we had a great up move and almost close to around 6,000 points, and from past 3 days Bank Nifty has moved nowhere because previously weekly it was moving close to around 1,000 points, and from past 3-4 days it has not moved anywhere. But again, you can see whenever Bank Nifty is falling towards 37,700, immediately there is strong buying coming in. So this has acted as a very good support multiple times, right? So this again is expected to act as a very good support for tomorrow's expiry also. And on the higher end, again we have good resistance coming in at 38,200 and 38,300. So we'll also take a look at what the charts suggest. As we go down and look, so we have some strong call writing at 38,000 and good amount of put writing also. That means people have done short straddles. Along with that, we have good put writing at 37,500 and good call writing at 38,500. And you can see the PCR ratio is also 1, suggesting some kind of consolidation. Depending on how the opening is, 38,000 short straddle can be a great trade idea, or something like 37,700 and 38,300 short strangle can also be a great idea. So these two are the trades which we have in mind. So depending on how the opening is, if it is completely flat, then we might end up doing a 38,000 short straddle, or we might end up doing 37,700 and 38,300 short strangle. So right now we carry the same position. So when I come over here, so you can see that for tomorrow we are just carrying 37,700 and 38,200 short strangle. And depending on how the market opens, either we will continue adjusting this position or we will exit this and enter a fresh position. Now you can see totally today we ended up making close to around 2.3 lakh. And I would also want to give you the simple trade logic. So today what we ended up doing is, initially in the morning we did a short straddle at 38,000. So here we did one short straddle. Then the market started to come down. Then at this point I just saw the charts and I felt like we might find some support at 37,700 and bounce back. So it was just a gut feeling. I don't know if it would be true or not. So that's the reason I didn't keep any stop loss. My idea was, in case if we are closing below 37,700 for some time, then I would just close all my trades, because it's any day a short straddle. And even if it actually comes down towards 37,700, I will be in loss, but not a huge loss, right? So then markets further came down. I created one more 37,900 short straddle without any stop loss. And again it further came down. I created one more 37,800 short straddle without any stop loss. And my idea was very simple. While this was happening and the market was coming down, I was not in a big loss. So in the worst case, our M2M was just around negative 1.2 or 1.3 lakh. That is the worst case. And that is somewhere over here. Even if it had closed towards 37,600, worst case M2M would have been somewhere around 2 lakh or 2.1 lakh negative, right? So I was just waiting for the markets to close below 37,700, but somehow that didn't happen at all. The market took support here and it started bouncing back up. We had a 38,000 short straddle, 37,900 short straddle and 800 short straddle, and all of this gave some brilliant decay, and we finally ended up with a profit of close to around 2 lakh. So this was one trade which we took today. Why I specifically mentioned about this trade is we hadn't kept any stop loss. Today I purely took the trade based on the levels, and I was just waiting for it to break 37,700, or I was expecting some kind of buying to come in around 37,700, and luckily it went in my favor. So with this we also come to the end of this video, and I have shared you what trades we are looking for tomorrow. So Nifty we are expecting 17,200 to 17,500 range, but Nifty we do expect not to get a lot of premiums, so we'll be mainly trading in Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty we might either go for 37,700, 38,300 short strangle or a 38,000 short straddle. So these two are the ideas what we have in mind for tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. So our main trades will be in Bank Nifty itself, given the reason they have better premiums than Nifty. So with this we also come to the end of this video. If you have liked the video, do not forget to hit the like button, share this video and subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining.